Hello everyone and welcome to Meditate and Magnify. In this series we will be going through the Song of Songs and breaking it down verse by verse. We will be using the teachings of Saint Bernard of Clairvaux, and at the end of each video we'll try to have one major idea or one major image to take with us to contemplation during our prayer time. So the sentence we are breaking down this video is the following: the king has brought me into his chambers. Now, Saint Bernard speaks about those chambers as dwelling places that we can reach as we pray in the process of contemplative prayer. So in contemplation, we can get to those dwellings. So he speaks of three dwellings. The first dwelling he calls the auditorium of the Master. What this means is it's a dwelling place of science and knowledge. It's really where God is illuminating our minds and instructing us. And Saint Bernard says that this place, I mean, even if you get there in contemplation, you may not be allowed full rest because, again, on one hand, you're receiving maybe instructions, you're getting to understand things, but you're not in a place of complete quiet. And he says that the verse that best describes this dwelling place is the following: I slept, but my heart was awake. I slept because I am tasting some degree of rest and admiration in all the revelations that I'm receiving, but I'm also awake because there's laboring, there's worrying, so I'm not in complete peace yet. The second dwelling is what Saint Bernard calls the tribunal of the judge. It's a place of wisdom. It's where we sit and we contemplate God's judgment. And it's really a place that is full of the fear of judgment rather than the security of the chambers. So this is a place where God is feared, and that's okay, because the fear of God is the beginning of wisdom. So this is the place where we are touched. If you think about it, the sun does not heat everything that it enlightens. So if the first dwelling you're receiving light, maybe you're receiving understanding, the second dwelling, you're going to be receiving the warmth. Knowing riches and possessing them are two different things. So it's not the knowledge of the riches that makes one rich, it's actually possessing them. And here's the same. So there's a difference between knowing God and fearing him. Knowing God doesn't make you wise. The devil knew God. It's fearing him that makes you wise. And this is the characteristic of that second dwelling. The third dwelling place is the chamber of the beloved, the groom. This is the place of rest and tranquility. So this is the chamber where we encounter the mercy of God and his love. This is the place that God takes you and takes all the ones who actually fear him. And even though we may have sinned in time and space, that sin is not going to be retained in eternity because it is covered by the forgiveness of the Father. So Saint Bernard describes this dwelling place as superior to the fear you might feel in the second or the awe you feel in the first. This is the chambers of the king. This is the place of intimacy. So 1, 2, 3, then you're moving from the knowledge and the science, that's the first dwelling, to the fear of God, judgment, that's the second dwelling, and then finally to the intimacy of the love and the forgiveness that you receive from the Father. So for this meditation, first of all, before you go into it, I just want you to remember that this is not a place you choose to go to. This is a place that God will take you to as part of your spiritual journey. You can't force it one way or the other. Two, I would say probably what I'm going to invite you to stay with for this video is the fear of God. And I don't mean the fear of God as be terrified, not at all. I just think about it as a step of humility. I mean, think how small you are compared to his majesty, his greatness. So maybe close your eyes and imagine yourself just standing in the middle of the universe. Picture that scale. Picture how small you are compared to him, to what he does, to his creation, and just, spend some time admiring him. As always, don't move on to the next video until you've had time to process, to digest the main ideas, the main image. If it speaks to you, stay with it as long as necessary. Until next time, God bless you.